Bird! Get him! Yeah! Ron Babe was right.
I'm feeling spry. All right, Connie, before we do the show, I'm going to have you help me with the intro, but I have to apologize. When we did the episode that we recorded that people are going to listen to, there was a couple questions I had for you, and I don't know if I cover things because we're on a hunting trip, we're with friends, and I don't know if I covered the nuts and bolts of everything, but you just went to the Invitational with two of your wire-haired Vizslas.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
What's their names?
Zolmali Java and Zolmali Grit.
And you managed to do what?
I was able to
Get a
versatile champion.
pass.
Oh, a
You got
pass. There you go.
Very good.
Versatile champion title on them.
Oh, you're probably the only person I know that is an amateur, meaning amateur. You don't have a shingle out as a dog trainer.
No, I'm
And
amateur.
I come from a rare breed of, not as good as the wire-haired Vizsla. I come from one of those Italian breeds, and I know there's only one of them, I think, that ever passed, let alone even showed up in numbers. Do you know how many?
I believe with the wire Vizslas, we are a little bit more fortunate. I believe mine, 4 dogs before me got their VC. Alice and Stebbin last year got the first bred by, U.S. bred by VC, a wire Vizsla, and then mine would have been number 5 and number 6 in the breed, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
All right. Now I got a quiz for you. I'm sorry. And the name of your kennel is Althoff.
Yep.
And that means
Old
home.
Homestead.
Homestead.
Yep.
Well, Alt is year.
No, old.
Oh. Well, you know my.
You still need to.
You didn't help me with.
You still need to work on your German.
What was the deal? You were supposed to speak in German to me the whole week, so I would be immersed. What did you do? Nothing. We still even didn't go over my genealogy that we're supposed to go over.
We'll do it.
Okay. I want you to help me with the intro.
Okay.
Because you're a devout listener to this show.
Well, and I actually learned a lot about Onyx Hunt on this trip.
You did it. I turned your layers on for you.
And I figured out how to add photos of each of the plots to my waypoints. Yes.
See, I hate young people. They just get it. So then it's easy, the title sponsor.
And
of this
then I
show.
got yelled at when I was doing too much scouting today.
I didn't yell at you. I did not yell. We're supposed to be German. We're supposed to be able to handle this. Any idea what the title sponsor of this show is?
Onyx Hunt.
Oh, bingo.
Oh, my goodness.
This is going to be like an 8-part quiz. Okay. What kind of kennels are out in the garage right now where my dogs are at?
Gunner Kennels, I believe.
Really? Yeah.
Made to last.
Forever. Lifetime guarantee. If you lock the doors, they're infallible. We're not going to go there yet. That's for another episode. Now, when we're out in the field, what do we got around our dog's neck for jewelry?
Garmin.
Why?
So we always can find them. We don't lose them.
And because...
it's a third language of communication.
Exactly. And when you traveled all over from Wisconsin to Pennsylvania, how many people did you see using Garmin's?
Oh.
An awkward pause is not what I was looking for.
No, I would say probably 80%.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
We're at like 80% rate, 75% of this table.
Yeah.
If by chance you were to have a problem with your Garmin, like something happened, and you're on a week-long trip,
and I need quick shipping,
in customer service.
W Supply.
Bingo! You are getting the hang of this.
I did listen to the intro last week.
You're cheating. Okay, I know you did not buy my sponsor shotgun because I directed you to buy an old shotgun.
Correct.
Now my sponsor's been around since 1917, and I think your shotgun was around since then too. But what shotgun did Matt just buy and bring out here?
I believe he got a Mossberg.
9. Wait.
Sure.
9.8.
Well, I know it's his duck gun, I believe.
It's his duck gun. It's a Mossberg.
There you go.
Okay, when you got here and we pulled down the road for the first day, I pulled out of my truck, I opened my door instead of calling you, and I real quick said, Connie, what kind of shells do you have? And you said, I'll show you. What did you have?
Oh, I just had some simple target clays.
You came out west to go bird hunting, and you had simple clay target shells. So
Yep.
what was I gracious enough to hand you over?
And they brought me great fortune this
They,
week.
they did. If you can hit them, you can kill them.
Boss shot shells.
Very good. Very good. Oh, they're all going to appreciate your candor and your honesty. But that's a true story.
Yep.
And should we go into how many boss shot shells you used this week?
Did you count them before you gave them to me?
I have a rough idea.
I think I have about
I think she
10
shot
left.
as well as she did for a first timer that I've never seen anybody from learning how to scout, from learning how to find. I mean everything. You shot about as many shells for your birds as I do when I'm dove hunting in Virginia.
There were some long pokes I probably shouldn't have taken, but when
So
you
that wasn't-
finally get to see a bird go up, sometimes you just can't
get a
resist.
little, you get a little excited.
Yeah.
You get a little excited. You notice me feeding my dogs every day.
Purina Pro Plan.
And do you know where I keep the Purina Pro Plan in? What kind of container it is?
In the Gunner Kennel, like
crate.
the food crates, yeah.
And everybody's envious of it, aren't they?
And I think you can put a whole 50-pound bag in there, can't you?
You can. Yeah, problem is at my age I can't pick it up.
Yeah, that's true.
So that got me through the trip. And
And you always handsomely
Wear what?
dressed in marshwear.
exactly. Like almost to a fault. Right down like the pants, the underwear, this, and that.
And we even discussed your preference of shorts
Yes.
in the summer.
Yes. You know what I'm forgetting? I had to pause that because Connie was laughing. Because she thinks I'm like a walking billboard for Marsh. The only difference, I do have an Onyx hat on though.
You do, yes.
When my dogs get hot and I get them back in the field or when I'm taking out in the field, did you use any of this product, this sponsor?
It's like a canine Gatorade. Canine athlete.
Right. It's like Gatorade. Like
For dogs.
every football team in the world, you see them, they not only drink it, they dump it on their coach's head.
Yes.
And we dump it down our dogs' throats.
Keeps tag is going.
Well,
It definitely, there's no question
wait
about
a
it.
minute.
He's still going.
Nothing keeps tags going. They would have to go back to the lab and make a new one, like Canine Athlete Plus, to keep that dog going. Did you end up using some of that?
Yeah, there's some in the water bottle.
I mean, you can't tell, but at least you know you got something in there. Yeah. And the last one is I didn't need them this week. Matt's wearing a pair right now.
Arxis boots.
Right, because it can be wet out here. Unfortunately, it's been bone-ass dry.
And a little warm.
But my Arxis boots are in my truck, in my boot bag. Now, that's it. The only thing I don't have on here is my beer sponsor. And you probably wouldn't remember the name of that.
No, sorry.
No.
And
You don't listen.
The
You
Bavar-
skipped the intro. You skipped the intro because you would know it's Watermark Brewery. You would know that. All right, this recording is done. Goodbye. How do we say goodbye in German?
Weidmannsheil.
Weidmannsheil. Weidmannsheil. I'm gonna roll with this. I'm sitting around a kitchen table at a undisclosed place in North Dakota with some friends of mine. What? Did you want to do the intro?
No, I do not want to do the
I don't think that's
intro.
why he was laughing.
Connor, do you know what the title sponsor of this show is?
Onyx.
It is. Matt, do you know what kind of food I feed my dogs?
Purina Pro Plan.
Connie, do you know what kind of clothes I wear all day long?
Moss.
Well, I got a question. Are you recording?
Yeah, but this isn't the intro. We're recording.
Okay,
Something
good.
moss.
Marsh.
Marsh! You should have given me something. I can no, start over. Should have given me something
we
like
don't ever edit.
the other ones that I know.
The other one. All right, let me think.
But I've been shooting, so
Okay,
on my
what kind of jewelry do my dogs wear in the field for hunting? For
Garmin, of course.
Of course. What do you use
Only-
on your dogs?
Garmin, only the best.
All right, I'm not going to ask anybody else. Well, Matt uses Garmin.
Yeah, I do.
We'll just leave that one. Anyway, so we're just got done with not a whole week of hunting, and Should we get your inhaler?
No.
You okay?
Yep.
This has been a really weird bird camp this year. We have a group of guys that come together every year, and one by one, they fell off the face of the earth. So Roof, Bill, and Scott, I got a replacement crew for you, and you're right here with me.
So are you telling us we're the B team?
No, you're now the A team.
Well, you forgot 2 people.
Oh, and Trent and Heather.
Yeah.
They're like grandfathered in because we need the
Yes.
we need the kids.
Yeah.
We need the kids. We don't need Bill and Scott and Roof though. I mean,
Yes, we do. We 100%.
Roof goes to a hotel anyway. I don't even.
Yeah, but he's here all day and all night, so
He
it
does
doesn't
hang out
matter.
here a lot.
You just go sleep there.
And it's probably my favorite trip of the year because I get a little time after everybody leaves and I just do even less hunting than I did this week, if you can believe that. And just clean up the place, and I just love the Dakotas. I love the prairie. I do not want to live here. Connor, you live here. I mean,
Well,
you
I live in South Dakota,
You live in
but-
South Dakota, but it's the same kind of.
It's pretty close, just about 10-degree different on a given day. In
Yeah.
the winter time.
Does this feel a lot different than South Dakota?
Yeah, there's a lot more. The density of farms seems less up here, meaning that they're bigger. They're farming a bigger operation. There's
Right.
more land, whereas that also probably has to do with the small grain farming up here.
As opposed to big.
With corn, soybeans, which tend to. I mean, I guess I don't know what the market price on stuff is now, but
Right.
it seems like they could get away with a smaller farming half a section or a section, where these guys up here are farming much larger
Sections
tracts.
and sections.
Yeah.
Because every time we try to go down a road, and you're looking on Onyx,
Yeah.
the title sponsor of this show. I'm like, well, shoot, I got to go 4 miles around to pick up the road again. And there is spots in South Dakota like that. for
There are,
sure.
especially you get out west. But
Right.
I mentioned to you that's one thing I notice is different. That if I have to try to find this piece of ground over here,
Right.
that I can usually just get there in eastern South Dakota
Right,
because
right.
there is somebody probably
It's
living
almost-
in that section.
It's almost a mile grid, but there's a lot of those unimproved roads
Exactly.
that the farmers. Is that from when the farmers? How do you didn't know any? I know you haven't been there your whole life, but
Yeah.
like it just all of a sudden it'll be, it's a legal place to hunt,
Yep.
but it's totally unimproved and it's just full of grass.
I could be wrong about this, but there's the different classifications. So you have a normal, just gravel road.
Right.
Then you have minimum maintenance, which means the state does tend to it in some degree.
After a flood or something.
exactly. And then no maintenance. I could be wrong about this, but I believe that means nobody inhabits that mile stretch of land. And minimum maintenance, I think, is the same way. That nobody lives there. There's
Yeah.
A no maintenance road means there's no discernible reason to maintain this for anything.
Right.
Farm,
And
is
here
it
they
farm
don't-
access to the fields?
It's really just a 2-track, and sometimes it's not even accessible. It's like some of the roads we run to.
It's
around
almost
here.
not. And sometimes there's trees growing in the middle of
Yeah.
it. You go down about half a mile, you're like, oh, this one don't go through, and you got to
Yeah.
do a 14-point turn
Yeah.
and turn around.
I noticed today that there were more semis on the roads than any. I mean,
Well,
all day long was just semis.
The wheat harvest and the canola harvest up here is some reasons delayed. I don't know if it's because of the amount of rain they got, but
Yeah.
you don't normally see standing wheat. We're what
This time of year.
the third week in September, fourth week coming up on the fourth week of
Yeah.
September.
Yeah.
So it must have been the moisture or something. But yeah, they're going full tilt like a Peterbilt right now with that.
Yeah.
But that seems odd to me. But I don't spend a whole lot of time up here in
Right.
September.
Last year it was still up too. Matt was here. Matt's been
Yeah.
here 6 times with me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, usually when we get here, all these fields are wheat's all gone, the canola's all gone, the beans are all gone.
Yeah,
Which kind of helps with the bird hunting.
it does.
Matt, this is your 6th trip here.
Yeah,
What was your best year ever, Matt?
this one.
And how come?
My dog's getting a little better, and I'm getting a little better.
And first time ever you got a limit.
Yes, it is the first time.
The only person who was more excited than you was Connie when she shot her.
Well,
She shot her first. Well, her first bird was a hun,
that's true.
and I took her to one of my go-to, easy to get to spots, and I thought, I thought you got like a scratch-off lottery ticket for $1 million.
Within the first 20 minutes,
Within
Yeah.
the first 20 minutes, and you just came off of a journey of taking 2 dogs to the Nabbed Invitational,
yes,
and I'm gonna mess up the name of your kennel,
Althof.
Alto.
Yeah. Althoff. Yeah.
Althoff.
Yeah, it means old homestead. in
Connie's supposed to be teaching me German this week, but we haven't really got to that lesson yet. How do you spell it?
Althoff.
What does that mean?
Old. Alt means old, and
Yep.
HOF means homestead. So it's old
Old
homestead.
Homestead. And you got into wire-haired visuals 8 years ago? 7?
Like
8?
right before COVID, like
Well, that's only 5 years ago.
yeah.
Almost.
No, how old's your oldest dog?
Java is now 8, but she
Was older when you got
she
her.
was
That's
like
right.
a year and a half to 2 years old when
Well,
I
you
got
get the amateur award then this year.
Yeah, sure.
I
I'll
mean,
take
amateur
it.
handler, amateur hunter award.
Well, I ran invitational with Java in 2021.
Right, I was there that year. I picked
Yeah.
up Tagus,
Yeah.
and you missed it by that much.
Yes.
1 point.
I'm pretty sure
What?
that's where the determination came from this year.
Well, if you don't know, I grew up in Chicago. We paid attention to ethnicity. Like, you know, my dad would say, "Oh, who moved in next door?" It'd be the Tylinskis. You knew they were Polish.
Yeah.
If there was the Jorgensens, like even as kids, we understood. And my dad is German, and when I met Connie quite a few years ago, like she's nothing like my dad or my aunts. And then as I got to know her this week, she's a lot like my dad's family. Dogged determination, with kind of like you don't accept no.
It's very when I set a goal.
Well, I mean, if it was obvious, like
Yeah.
a cop telling you to stop, it's not you're going to outrun the cop.
But when I set a goal,
Right.
For the good or the bad, sometimes I have blinders on, and I
Yeah.
will do what needs to be done, and sometimes maybe more to try
Yeah.
to get there. Yeah.
So you live in Iowa, so you get to pheasant hunt quite a bit, and you guide at a club as
yeah.
well.
Pen race birds there.
And you'd been in North Dakota once,
Yep.
but you didn't shoot.
One pheasant.
Oh, you won,
I got-
but you could shoot in Iowa.
And I'm pretty sure Alice and Eric were laughing at me.
How many shows did you go through?
I don't remember. Let's move on.
Oh, let's just talk about Yava's beautiful point on the first bird.
Yeah, you skipped all over that.
All right, yeah, no, it's a worthy story. Plus, every time I go west, and I've been going out here 30 years, somebody's got some amount of experience. Now, the only one I would say it didn't was Matt when I first met him, but
Yeah.
you already went other places before you came west. Would have been Scott Carlson. Like he had no, you know, he had no feeling. And I don't think he's any better now than he was after 4 trips. Sorry, Scott. Because Connie just smoked you guys. Okay. But Connie got here, and I took her out to a spot that I go to a lot. And I don't think, like I said, we were in there 150 yards maybe or something. And there's a go-to bush that if they're
I know the bush.
you know the bush.
I know
well,
that.
Matt.
It's Ron. That's
That's
Ron's.
bush. And that was where you got your first Sharptail today. This year. And it's not like I'm not expecting your dogs to point. I mean, they just passed like the most difficult versatile test around. Well, maybe not the most difficult one, but a very complicated, obedience-oriented test
For a versatile hunting dog.
for versatile hunting
It's
dog.
up there, yeah.
Right. And she went on a point, and it wasn't a solid point. And not being a past judge, I'm thinking, how did this dog pass the invitational? But it was that she wasn't close enough to the bird. She just got a scent of it, a nice distance off. And I asked Connie, I said, does she always look over at you? Because she was like looking at you. Was she asking to move on? Is she used to you releasing her?
Yeah,
Oh.
I sometimes.
Because she wasn't that
can
close
move
yet.
yeah, and then the other thing is the moment she's basically like, move your back end over here.
Right. So that must have come from the training part.
Probably, yeah.
And then she just started moving on her own. I think she must have sensed something from you, like
Well, if the birds move, she will. you know,
right. And those
keep
birds
in
were
contact.
moving.
Yeah.
And so I always see Sharptails here. and kind of get up there. Now, now Java. See, I'm not saying Java. It's Java, but it's spelled Java.
No, wait. VC.
Oh,
Java.
she
She deserved that title.
She does. Okay. Vishava. Now she locks up, and there's like no doubt. I'm like, okay, she's not Mouse, and she's totally different when I saw half a minute earlier.
She was just cautious.
Yeah, and once you and I got up there, no matter how, if I was hunting Huns, I would have been surprised by Huns, but I was really expecting nice, fluffy white looking Sharptails to come out and
chuckling and carrying on.
Yeah, and this full, like a full on 15, 16 covey of Huns just blows up in our face, and her and I are like, boomity boomity boom.
Well, no, I waited for your first shot
miss?
because
first
I
miss.
didn't know, I had never seen Huns before, so I was like, okay, if Ron is shooting, I must be okay to shoot.
Is that what your thought process was?
That makes sense, though.
I didn't think about that because we didn't really cover Huns, did we?
No.
No.
Well,
I mean, we might have talked about it.
I
but-
knew Eric when I was here 3-4 years before had talked about that
Right.
they have
Did
Hungarian
you see Huns
partridge, and
then?
then I related them to that Christmas song.
Partridge in a pear tree?
Yeah, exactly.
How do you sing that in German?
Let's not go there.
Okay, all right. Liebe August. Anyway, so you are jumping up and I'm leaving out a good part. If a dog can track and find a crippled bird, some birds are not typically that hard to find, but a partridge is like a miniature pheasant. If they're just winged, they're getting out of dodge. They're not laying there flapping their other wing trying to fly.
And I saw it go down.
And we had a good mark on it. Mm-hmm. And that bird was nowhere near that mark.
No, was probably another.
40 yards
Yeah.
or so or more. And Java was hunting up that way. VC, I can't do that at every time.
Fine.
Java was working and working and working. And all of a sudden you see the head bob down. And you let out a whoop like you won the lottery.
Well, it was the first bird within 10 minutes. It was kind of fun.
Well, in her first Hun at this point, I just I don't remember anybody I've ever hunted with being that excited, and it felt good for me. I mean, you're like high five, and I'm trying to shake your hand. Now you're trying to fist bump me. Then you're going back to high. You're like, make something connected. I love my dogs.
But you were excited too.
Oh, I was excited.
Yeah, we were both. Well, it was just kind of fun because we could have walked there all day long.
And not.
Because everybody's been saying it's been tough this year.
Yeah.
So I did not expect
Right.
that. And I was just like, oh, thank God my dog found a bird.
That does help. And then it wasn't even 10 minutes later. She's up ahead of us working, and boom, she goes on point again. And she was close enough to him. She didn't look back at you or anything like that. And I'm thinking, it can't be a covey of Huns again. And I wanted to go over this. Connor, you told me you made the same mistake this year.
Yeah. Always do.
You hunt Sharptails like once a year.
Like a week, once a year.
Right. And Matt's been here a bunch, but I mean, we're not experts at it, but we go over and over the popcorn effect. The first bird gets up, it's not that you're not going to shoot at it, but never think that there's not more birds. Mm-hmm. And Connie, there must have been the lead bird. That bird got up at about 60 yards.
Yeah, it was out ahead.
It was way out there. And when you shot, the rest of the company that was right in range got up, and I don't say got lucky. I hit one. I don't think I took two shots. I think I hit one. Did you shoot at the covey too then? Or did you take two shots at the
I know
first
I
bird?
shot my second one, but you only took one shot, I think.
Yeah. I think that went down. I think you shot, and anyway, there we go.
And the moment it went down, I again didn't care that you shot it. I was just like, yay, my dog got a bird.
You were. I never saw anybody so happy about their dog, which is great. But the work you put into the dog.
I got into this through the dogs, and now I enjoy the hunting. But I'm shooting for my dogs. That's why I partially want to get better because
We're gonna start asking some questions.
I have high expectations of my dogs. So I'm pretty sure that
Your dogs are going to need high expectations
Exactly.
from you. So yeah, it's just been a year that was not. last year was kind of the same, wasn't it, Matt? I mean, we're shooting a lot of older birds. We weren't seeing the coveys.
Yeah, it was hard last year, but I'd say like this year was harder.
Yeah.
You know.
And then Connor, I called him I think it was when Bill bailed out. I called up Connor. I said, Connor, I don't know how much vacation time you got, but hey, we're gonna be up in North Dakota. You're welcome to come up. There's a bed to sleep in, and then you made that happen. But you were going out west to.
Yeah, so I have a coworker's family has a very sizable ranch north of Rapid City in western South Dakota, probably about an hour and a half north of Rapid City.
Yeah.
So not super far from the Wyoming border. And I've been going there for 5 years, and I might not shot my limit every day, but I'd see grouse. They're busting 200 yards in front of you, or at first light, they're trading from wherever they're eating back into the grass, vice versa. And the first morning, I stay in this, she's big into rodeo and barrel racing. So I stay in her horse trailer, which is like the Ritz-Carlton compared to a tent. So I couldn't be happier about that.
Right.
So, and it's right on the property. So
Is that the horse part of the trailer where the horses sleep?
the little living quarters.
The living quarters, yeah.
Exactly. But I get out of the trailer. That's what I love about that place is that I literally get out of the trailer. I don't get in a vehicle. I throw my vest on, get my gun, grab the dogs, and we just leave from there. And we'll circle back. But the first morning I walked the eastern perimeter of the ranch, so it ended up being 7.1 miles, and I never saw a grouse. So
that's disheartening.
yeah, it's pretty tough. And I was feeling a little tired by the time we got back to the little farm ranch area there. And I talked to the ranchers that day. They were headed off to town, and I said, "Did y'all have like bad hailstorm in maybe early June? When's nesting season? Like the second week
May,
of June?
June, or high hatching May.
Did y'all have any bad hailstorms? Period."
Yeah.
I said no.
Ranchers remember that stuff.
Yeah, of course. And they had a very normal amount of rain. I have no idea. I'm going to probably look into it, just trying to find out what happened. Yeah. So then that evening, I went out for a short walk. Unfortunately, their ranch is just littered with rattlesnakes. They're everywhere on that place. So when it gets up above 70, that's why you try to cut it off at about 11. That's why I always start real early and try to go find where they've been roosting.
Yeah.
And I cut it off usually at midday. I went out for one little cautious walk with my younger dog, and we still didn't see anything. And even around the ranch place where they have like some old broken down equipment of various sorts, there's no Huns around either. There's always a covey or two.
Right.
So what the hell's going on? So next morning I did another great big loop on a different part of the ranch. I always avoid that part of the ranch. That's where the sheep herds are, and that's where their sheep dogs are. And they're friendly if they come up to their ranch, but if you approach them out on the range,
their job is to
kill my dog. So
right, exactly.
So I kind of give them a wide berth, but even then I finally saw a few. Took one 60-yard Hail Mary shot at one.
Yeah.
But I think I saw 5 in the course of 2 days of walking all over Kingdom Come. So that's why I got back and I said, I texted you and said, I'm coming a day early.
Right.
And I had vacation time. I was trying to go to Canada on a duck hunting trip, but then I found I had a big, really important work meeting I had to go to in Las Vegas. And I tried getting out of that, and I got the answer of like, do what you think is best, which means don't go. We don't skip the meeting. So I had the vacation time left over. So
it worked.
So I got back to you and said, I can make it work. So then I drove. It's about 5 hours from there up here. So I got up here, what was that? Sunday evening?
Sunday evening,
yeah. But then I had a hard time. I didn't kill a bird up here for the first day.
Right. And not that you're a bloodthirsty hunter, but where you live, you have a lot of spots to go pheasant hunting.
Yeah.
I'm sure you've been skunked a day or two.
Occasionally, yeah.
Occasionally.
Yeah.
But it's always like if you get skunked in your backyard, you're going to be back in your backyard the next day and the birds are going to be there. Mm-hmm. And I kind of felt bad because when you said you took that 7-mile walk and you're coming a day early, I'm like, you might be taking a 7-mile walk without seeing a bird.
I looked at the cards in front of me and I said I could either not kill anything here or I could go not kill anything with some other people. So
and eat and have a beer.
I'll have somebody more to talk to than my dog.
Right,
so
right. Ozzy's good to converse.
Yeah, so we have conversations.
He listens well.
Yeah, he does.
Matt, you had Frost here. This is the second year for Frost, right?
3.
Wait.
Yeah, because remember the first year we discovered that he was kind of gun sensitive. And then last year I brought him after I fixed him from that. Yeah. This is third. I was shocked too. We're talking. No, yes. Yeah.
You own a dog, I guess you probably know.
This is his 3rd season.
His 3rd trip here.
Yep.
And
he was really young when I brought him the first time.
He must have been, what, 6 months or something?
No, he was born in November.
Yeah.
Dogs were all born in November.
So not
But
a
they were
not
very-
a year old.
This is a Bronco wire-haired Vizsla mixed litter. A few people know this happened to me, and at least he looks like a wire-haired Vizsla for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be worse if he looked like a Bronco.
He's honorary.
Ornery?
Like,
Oh, he's an honorary
member.
wire-haired Vizsla.
Yeah.
We let
when
him-
we took the picture.
We took the group picture. We let him come in.
Yeah.
He's like that. He's like that. Somebody who married out of the family. It's like a stepbrother. It's not really.
That sounds about
no, a
right.
half brother.
Oh, yeah.
Half. No, it would be step because he's still related to Tagus.
Yep.
So he got to be with his grandpa and your dogs
We met the grandma too.
and the grandma. Mm-hmm. This is why I love doing this. I don't hunt that much anymore. Like I really don't. Not like I used to hunt. My knees hurt, but if it wasn't for the friends and the conversations in the garage, which by the way, Connie, you fit right into the garage really, really well. I don't know if in Germany you had a garage where you sat around and drank and smoked before, but you act like you've been in the end zone
We
before.
normally have a porch.
A porch. Okay. Yeah, the garage would be for the farm equipment. Nobody has a garage in Germany.
We don't normally sit in the garage.
Yeah, that's where you would put the
car.
the auto.
Yeah, das
Auto.
Das Auto,
I
yeah.
got that one right. You took 2 years of German. Come on.
I got nothing for you.
And you played a saxophone, Matt. Come on.
It has nothing to do with it.
Anyway, I want to talk a little about
Oh,
Frost.
and we keep the beer in the garage normally.
I know that's. They don't drink it cold there. Well,
We buy it in
not
boxes.
hot, but it's not. You don't go put it on ice.
Some of it, depending on the year or on the porch, but yeah.
Yeah.
But we buy it, in big boxes, and then it just gets
We call them
stacked
cases.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we get they're plastic. We have to return those cases.
Oh, okay. I've
because
seen
they
them.
come in bottles.
I saw that grocery store
Yeah.
like that. So this is Frost. I almost wouldn't count his first year then.
Wait, say that again.
Frost, his first, because I'm still trying to get this around my head that he was here 3 times.
We put out birds for him the first year with we got
I thought that was last year.
Nope. We did that the first year, and then last year, me and Bill were just walking out with Frost and Katie, his sister. That was that. I already fixed him with a gun.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
so I was shocked too. We were talking about it. I'm like, this is his third year.
His third trip here.
Yeah, third
Okay.
trip.
And he's finally kind of,
He's coming in.
he's coming in.
Slowly but surely. It's
A
happening.
mutual friend of Connie's of mine, Matt Frank from Mossberg, he had a large Munsterlander, and I actually judged him. Didn't know who he was, but he said I was his judge, and he told me that decades later. And it took that dog 3 years to point. He said, on year 2, I gave up, and I just kept the range in. Because this dog was just not going to point. And he said, then one day, the dog just, and never quit pointing. I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying, but Frost was slow to develop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's getting there though. I've been seeing some good things and bad things.
Yeah.
He's got chasing him. I've seen it.
Yeah, I've been seeing
But see,
that a
that's
lot
what
more.
makes Matt nervous.
Well, yeah. It's out here, it doesn't make me as nervous unless there's a road nearby, like a real road.
Right.
But like today, when we got into that covey and he just picked one bird and just that was sailing away and he just went for it. I don't know, 300 yards. And like
That's
all these,
great.
and he was like, and I'm like having all these birds like fly around me and like focusing on him
Instead
and
of
like
shooting the
missing birds, But we ended up getting one out of the second covey.
Yeah.
So wait, you said you good? Like that's a good thing?
Well, his dog doesn't get very far away from him.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
So with a pointing dog, you want him to hit those objectives. You don't want him like Itty, who
Yeah.
hits the objectives behind you all the time. But you want him like take a cast out there and then take a cast, And some people prefer pointing dogs to be 300 or 400 yard dogs.
Okay, makes perfect sense. Yeah.
I was telling him, I said, if you want your dog to have a bigger search, don't call him back all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Matt's
I'm
a
working
work
on
in
that.
progress.
Yeah, I am a work in progress too. So
And I do
but
it too. I do it too.
yeah,
And this is like something first I've seen of it, but I've known Connor for years. he wasn't. There is no rent a pointing dog club, right? You have Springers. You've
Yep.
had them for your family's had them for
a long
decades.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know Spur that well, but I know Ozzy pretty well.
Yeah.
And
Very handsome Springer.
yes. Connie also knows show world and conformation really well. There's a really well put together dog, and then there's another dog that's not so well put together named Chubbs, who looks like what's that thing the kids played, the stilts, where they put their feet on the stilts? His legs are like that long, straight. There's no knee in it.
He defies the odds.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So Connor's, but you've hunted him.
For quite a while now, actually.
And it just kind of proves. You'll see people out here. I don't mean they're snobs, but like, oh, it's a game of boot leather. It's a game. The dog's got to have this big range.
No,
I mean, you're killing it.
Yeah. What I told you the other day is that it feels like a couple football players got invited to a soccer match.
That's right. That's right.
Because we're really like, hard nosed, 3 yards in a cloud of dust kind of guys.
Right,
Go for the heaviest cover we possibly can. Where this is more lackadaisical, like you're going to go on a really long jaunt and
Right.
don't really pay attention to the dog until it actually goes on point, which is not really true. But
Right.
it's just a different ball game, and I know they're not the right choice for it, but it's what I got. Use
Right.
tool you got. Living in Southeast South Dakota, it's fine
95%
of the time. But it's also like we were hunting that what does it make a difference? But the pasture that had little bushes that were going from bush to bush and
Right.
bush. It was also 80 damn degrees outside.
Right.
So a lot of times I'd keep Ozzy at heel until we got to a
Close
position
to
where
some-
I'd get a little bit higher point, and then okay, and go into the bush and bust out whatever was.
Right.
It'd inevitably be a pheasant there, and not a grouse every time I did it.
Yeah, you did run into some pheasants
I could have shot unlimited pheasants
like 3 times.
3 times now.
This week.
Yeah, since
Yeah.
I've been here.
And you guys, you could have
Oh,
shot
yeah.
a couple different hunts.
When we got our limit in the afternoon and the morning, we could have probably had a limit of roosters.
Yeah.
I saw
I almost had a
saw
limit of
pheasants
hens
today.
on the road when I was coming to meet you guys.
Right before y'all got back here, I was listening to the Flush, and he was interviewing a couple guys from around the area about how they're doing, North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, and
Yeah.
whatnot. And Joe Leismeister, my friend from northern Minnesota,
Oh, yeah.
he has one poodle pointer, but all the rest of his dogs are labs. And he comes out and he does really well, but the common denominator is he does cover a lot of ground. I mean, he's going to go more than 10 miles in a day.
Yeah.
But he also said it's like you just got to learn. You got to learn what the dog doesn't know. And so you see the silver patches, the berry patch, a small shoulder
Plum
belt.
thickets
Okay,
or-
we're going to turn and now we're going to go over there. You just
Right.
can't rely on them to find it. Unfortunately, this
Yeah,
is how
because it
works.
would be counterintuitive for a flushing
never
dog to
be
go
able to
off
shot.
on. You would never let Ozzy go 100 yards
No,
off.
we got a problem if that
We got,
happens.
a problem. We got a serious dog problem.
It's
with
got a
that.
screw loose.
So you almost just kind of it's more of a zigzaggy hunt.
Yeah.
But when I hunt with you in South Dakota, we can just go in one direction
Yeah.
and he just plows.
Yeah.
It's like a jumping plow through
Yeah.
the grass.
Yep.
Because every piece of cover there could hold
Potentially
that rooster.
could, and then it's
Yeah.
like he's really just trying to. Well, eventually he tries to narrow it down where the bird is, and essentially tries to catch it. By jumping
Yeah.
on top of it. That's always a telltale sign where he's
Yeah.
where he's loading in to go for the kill shot.
Right.
That's when it's time.
Yeah.
That's why I'm yelling at you to get ready.
I'm still ready. Well, I would be ready, except you shoot like Matt Dillon in Gunsmoke. It's like, boom. Well, I don't know.
Hey, they're easier to kill and they're closer, man. I don't want to tell you.
I agree with you. Connie, I know you hunt in Iowa, but pheasant hunting is way different than this.
Yes.
In fact, pointing dogs
The
classically
cover is
are not
hot.
really meant for pheasants. I mean, you can do it.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's not the ideal dog for that. I was just concerned about range because at the invitational test, your dog can go as big as it wants to as long as the judges can see it. I mean,
Yes.
for a lack
But
of better terms.
you don't want to get them into competition mode because you need to keep them under control.
Right,
to
because
some
there's a
degree.
brace of
Yeah,
dogs out
exactly.
there. I was wondering,
And-
did your dogs act different? Like, because you just came off that test. Oh, I should tell the details of that. Because it'll sound like you're bragging if you say it.
Okay.
Connie is when I say amateur, she is not a professional trainer. You don't take money for training dogs.
I've only trained my own dogs. so
Only
far.
train your own dogs. you went to the Invitational 4 years ago and missed it by a smidgy.
Yeah.
I was there.
And I only had owned my dog for a year and a half at that point. in
Right.
time, or maybe.
And this is what I was telling you, it's either a German thing or it's a woman thing. Because there's just some determination to make sure it's going to happen. You went this year with 2 of your dogs, which means you qualified them with a prize 1 utility score, which is more than most people ever get.
And I re-qualified Java.
So
Because
that's
I
the
had
process to do it. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
let you come back without re-qualifying.
No.
So you got to prove yourself again in the duck search world. We won't get into all that. And then you got to come out and do a versatile champion test. And Connie passed both of her dogs the week she was there. A little round of applause for Connie.
Well, thank you.
Well, I mean, I didn't have the
was,
time to call up NABDA, but somebody's got to have some database. Maybe AI could do it for us now. I want to know how many. There's a lot of pros that go there. Kyle and Clyde and Minnie.
Some very talented trainers.
Right. And they go
And
there.
I have to say, I got a lot of help by the NAFTA community and people.
Oh, yeah. You drove-
Kyle helped me.
Talk
and-
about determined. She drove from Iowa to Eastern Pennsylvania to practice with her dogs with the guy who's been to the Invitational a bunch of times. That's
well,
like,
one of the things I very firmly believe in is if you want to become the best, you learn from the best.
yeah.
And I know Kyle is one of those guys.
He's one of those guys. Yeah,
Hands
he's
down.
been there. He's done it with a lot of other people's dogs, and but Kyle's also a professional trainer. I mean, he wasn't when he was a policeman, obviously, but he is a professional trainer, and that's a 7-day-a-week job as a professional trainer. You have a full-time job,
Yes.
and that is. I would love to get the data, and I'll dig it up and put it on some intro sometime. How many people came there as a amateur handler, owner handler, not having somebody else run their dog, and passed both in the same week? I don't know anybody that's done it. I know people have brought 2 dogs, but I don't know anybody who's an amateur that brought 2 dogs. I'm sure they're there.
I have to say I have not watched it that closely, nor
Yeah.
did I think I was going to quite get there. I thought I just had a better chance
Well,
by taking 2 dogs.
So you were hoping for 50%.
Well, disappointment the first time was like a big heartbreak because my dog deserved it. She is of the quality of having a VC
Yeah.
title, and it was a handler where we failed because my intensity level at the it was the honor at the blind, and my intensity level just like kind of let up because I was so happy that she did the 100-yard line retrieve.
Right.
And so dogs, I used to ride horses, and dogs can feel you. And she just knew that inside I was kind of a little jubilee that she did it. And so,
now
she
you're
was,
like, she's fine
like,
now.
oh, the rules don't apply any longer. So I had all 4s and great, and then I got a 2 in the honor.
Yeah.
And that kicked us out.
Yeah, but you did it this year, and that's just amazing. So I'm not being like trying to blow smoke up the screen, but that's an accomplishment. And the amount of people don't realize if you want to play that game, the amount of hours you put in. And I'm not just talking about the drive to Pennsylvania.
I went to Wisconsin. I also great group in Wisconsin to work.
And you trained for invitational level stuff there too.
I trained with the Stevens Point group, and they were incredible support.
That's a lot.
And that was one of the other things I am part of the Hawkeye chapter, but I couldn't train there because that's where the invitational was. So I'm not allowed to be at those grounds with my dogs.
Yeah, we're gonna change that in the next election. We're gonna fix that shit. Anyway, but what did you expect from? I would just pick a Java because I was walking with you that first walk. Did she do anything different than she did at the Invitational, or was it different because she was solo in the field?
Different
Like
hunting
her
or
field,
different?
just her field coursing the field, hunting. Was it different than, the test day?
Oh, no, I knew my biggest challenge with her was to keep the wheels on in the field once she realized how loaded the field was with chuckers.
So she could be a naughty girl.
Oh yeah, she has wheels on it. She can be competitive.
So were you thinking like she's gonna get into her first bunch of Sharpies and think,
I was just nervous.
Mom's in such a good mood walking?
I should have. like you always should trust your dog and go in with full confidence. But at the same time, I knew I needed to keep her under control. You know.
Yeah.
And,
But you didn't do that in the field when we put her out there.
No, because
You just,
different rules apply, and also there are not 50 chuckers every.
but there could have been 50 Sharptails like there
Yeah.
was on what day, Matt? Did you
Oh
get?
God.
But the dogs know the
Tuesday.
difference there too of how much. I mean, they know the difference on how much they can pressure a wild bird versus a pen raised bird.
Yeah, but they haven't had that much wild bird experience.
Java has. She's
Java
8,
has.
Yeah, she's 8 years old. She's done a
I
fair
guess.
amount.
But she hadn't been. Well, prairie is a different thing too, though, because if you're hunting pheasants, pheasant can kind of hear. I mean, kind of what do you think? Like, you'd be surprised what they can see, but in the cover we hunt pheasants, and aren't they kind of going with their ears more than?
Great, I'm not a biologist, but
Right.
there's no way they can see me if they're 3 feet of a CRP.
That's what I'm getting at.
But if
yeah.
somebody closes a tailgate too hard, they're bailing out the back.
bailing out.
So it has to be.
And there's kind of a trade-off with the Sharptails.
I think they could also, when you walk,
Feel the ground.
yeah, like I think
know about
vibration
that.
a little bit.
I don't weigh that much.
No,
You know what, man? They've done some goofy shit. If they could do that, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what? If a monarch can reproduce and make the Mexico,
You know what?
anything's possible.
who knows?
But because the prairie birds in the right situation, they can see us coming.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a couple spots where we had heavy cover, but if they were to look around and be like, "There's people and a dog coming,"
Yeah.
I think the pheasants got to go on sound.
That's what would be my guess.
Yeah.
But it's weird about how these sharptails are. Sometimes, you know, especially when I hunt down in South Dakota for prairie chickens, we'll see them launch in front of us 200 yards away.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're not even a threat to you at this point. Why would you even go through
Right.
trouble doing this?
Right.
But the other day, you called me and tell me you're going to go check out a new spot. I'm on the phone talking to you, hung up, and I walked 20 yards and busted up a covey of Sharpies and killed 2 of them. It's like
Right.
they probably saw me. And they heard me talk on the phone.
Exactly.
So, why they choose this moment that we're cool right now? You
Right.
know,
They're like, "You want to go?" No, he's on the phone. he's totally preoccupied.
they made a mistake.
So how many? Now, it is not a numbers game, but you took your old dog Matt Chubbs out,
Yeah.
and I was kind of like saying, "Don't." I didn't say don't do it. But I'm like, Frost is your project, and we were going to a spot that we thought was going to be a honey hole.
Yep.
In another life, it was a honey hole. It was a honey hole of all honey holes, right? And Matt says, "Well, I'm gonna take Frost out. I want to give him one more bird." I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
Chubbs.
I think, oh, he's being like, "Buddy, I need you to point one more bird." And I'm like, "You got this young dog that you're trying to develop, and if what you told me about this place the day before is true, you're an idiot." The young dog, and you're gonna not let him go find all these birds.
Hey man, I like my dogs.
Matt is a dog lover above a hunter. I mean, you hunt a lot, but I mean,
Yeah.
your dogs are your kids,
I care about
100%. And your dog, actually, all your dogs are your kids. Don't any of you ever think about reproducing?
No,
No, as a matter of no, because you'll end up like me.
exactly.
don't wanna do
This
that.
year, you're the only person that has kids.
I know that's a weird dichotomy or demographic to be in.
We're also
Yeah.
the only people that can drop everything and come to North Dakota for a week at the last minute.
Yeah.
There's something to be said for that. There's something to be said for that for sure. I want to go back to what I was asking Connie. Were you like nervous that she wouldn't find birds? Because you know they're not going to be planted.
No. Oh, here?
Yeah, out here.
No. With Java, I feel very confident. Like if there are birds out there, I
She's
feel
gonna
like,
find
yeah.
them.
Which is part of the struggle because then I keep wanting to put her down, and I really should give my young dogs an opportunity.
You want to put the A team down and
Yeah.
the young dogs, the
But then you
two-year-old.
question, does this field, have any birds? And so you want to kind of like, well, if one will find it, it's the older
People
dog.
always say that trainers I've talked to, if you're going hunting, put that young dog first. If there is some low-hanging fruit, bam, it works for them.
You know, every time y'all say put a dog down, I think you're about to kill your dog.
No.
But you put it on the ground. I got what you're saying,
we
but
drop
Yeah.
tailgate.
I never thought about it until you called me out on that when I said that.
About taking chubs out?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Put him down. Right here?
Well, in that case, he's 12. I might have actually been talking about not putting them down or
Yeah.
putting them down.
But that's what I've been doing. I've been putting in the morning every time one of my younger dogs down, but then we somehow first hit the heavy. We did until today.
Yeah.
Hit heavier cover and had all kinds of pheasants, everything, and then we were like, okay, let's go to this other spot, and I'm like, okay, I'll put.
Well, actually, it
Yeah,
worked
by
out.
the way, it's not pheasant season here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It worked out perfect because yesterday we were going to all be in the same.
Sure.
We were all going to be in the same piece of ground, so I wanted Ozzy because he's the veteran. So I don't want Spur to do something stupid and screw things up for people. So we spent. I mean, I don't know. Y'all got it done. I was out there for another 2 hours walking around. I found some birds, and then I was like, well, now I have to go hit everything else that I passed by.
Yeah.
But he was gassed so bad last evening. I mean, he was asleep, very quickly got home. So like, well, little guy, you're getting the nod, and I was able to shoot, a limit of birds over my young dog today by himself. So
That's-
it kind of all
great.
worked out,
That's a hell of a feeling.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I mean, you will do that this year in South Dakota,
Yeah, pheasants,
but you
obviously.
know where you're. That's like your home pond.
Yeah,
Coming up here and doing that, and your young dog getting those opportunities.
to a place we've never seen before. Just
Yeah.
looked good from the road, and you got off and went
Yeah.
out after him. So
And
Dude.
and I don't know if you care, but I like my young dogs on Sharpies versus pheasants.
I can
Well,
see
I
how
think
they would.
I
everybody
don't. Yeah, I don't know about Springers, but
No, that's what they're made for. So it's
Yeah.
probably the opposite.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
I don't want my young Springer on Sharpies.
Yeah,
I want him on pheasants.
So it's going to be a long day.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, I should edit that out, but I won't. What about your other two dogs? Grits?
Grit.
A grit, not S, just grit.
Yeah.
And
Who is the first dog I started from scratch,
from scratch.
and
what-
then Gage.
And Gage. And Gage is two. Mm-hmm. All females.
And I still call her puppy. But
I know. Well, she is not a puppy. She's
No.
two.
Yep.
But she's a teenager,
Yep.
and you remember when you were a teenager.
Yep.
Yeah,
And she hasn't gotten as much attention this summer because of the other two dogs.
getting ready for the
Invitational, yeah.
So how's the 2-year-old doing? Because I got to go back to this. I usually when I do an interview, I like to ask questions and listen, but I'm trying to run all these stories from the garage every night in my head, and I want to highlight them. I tend to sound like Steve Ranello when he's interviewing somebody. He just wants to hear his own voice. Sorry, Steve. How did the young dog do?
Well,
Because I don't think I've actually heard a story about it yet.
no. So my highlight probably of her would have been that when I had got my first Sharpie on my own on
Oh, yeah.
was it on Saturday? No,
No, it was
Sunday.
Sunday.
So you just got here, yeah.
Yeah, I put Java and her together down, and we walked that big loop around that pond or slough, what
Mm-hmm.
you call me. She was part of putting up that covey, and then
But that doesn't sound. That sounds like a Springer.
yeah. Well,
Putting up the covey.
Yeah.
well, I guess they pointed it, but
Okay. Yeah.
they were in the bushes in the heat. So she was part of that. So
Was it a back point or just a double point?
it was. I think it was a double point, but it
Yeah.
was really kind of on a ridge, so I didn't see as much.
Yeah.
And then she recovered one of your birds.
Yeah,
Which
for
was
the
fun.
I hit a staggered double, and then I had because I had no dog power to go get it, and I waited for you to get done hunting and come down the road, and we took out your horde of red red dogs.
Well, we put
I had Vivi out there,
Yeah,
but-
we put a mixed bag down.
Right. Vivi doesn't have any control. Vivi's only going to find a dead bird if it's in front of her. Because she doesn't like have a good dead bird. If she sees a bird go down, it's a whole different story. It's like I think the Springers and the Cockers, there's nothing comes up to them when it comes to seeing a bird go down, and they'll get their head through the dirt to find it. But yeah, so the young one found that cripple.
Yes, we found the cripple, but I have not shot a Sharpie over her, so that would be my last goal for this trip if I could do it. I tried today.
Yeah, because I haven't asked.
So this morning I shot over Grit, my first her first
the
Sharpie,
middle-aged
and
one.
yeah, my
Yeah.
3-year-old.
The other VC.
Yeah. And so that was really exciting. And that was the first time where the Sharpies were actually just in the cover, not
Like not in a bush.
yeah,
like
not in a
getting
bush.
away from the heat of the
but
day.
she literally pinned them and then let me walk up on holy moly,
The shooting?
Well,
How many
I
shots did you take today?
today actually I only took 2.
2.
Yeah.
Oh.
One.
Well,
I
then where's that
dropped and then
coffee
the
can full of shells I gave you? When did that happen? Was that the big day with Matt?
That was
Probably.
yes.
That probably was a big day.
And there was frustration when we on that day when we limited because I went to the left and they went to the right and they had more like
contacts.
bushes and such where they were
Yeah.
like underneath and I had no cover and so finally when I got into at some I just took some shots I shouldn't have been taking and then
you would
must have-
see there was a couple times you would hear she's about like 150 yards, over, and then all of a sudden you just see birds.
So you hear the shot, you know Connie missed.
You're like, all right, there's
Nope,
you shoot the
and-
birds, and then you see like birds just sailing out.
It's
of
never
there.
a good sign when you see the bird, then you hear the shot.
That's a long poke. That's a long poke.
and in that regard I have no pride. I'm all right with like
Well, I mean,
we'll
Matt,
work on that.
you are definitely going to work on that.
Yeah.
Next year, I'm going to bring out my automatic thrower because I don't know if you'll practice. No, I trust you'll practice. I'll just bring out a hand thrower, but we're going to do some difficult shooting, like turn around, upside down, stand on your head.
Trick shooting.
Yeah. But Matt said something the other day. You got your limit on that spot you went to.
Yeah.
You're like, I've been coming here for 5 years. That's the first time I ever got my limits.
We both
Yeah,
got our
we both-
limit
that was
there,
the
yeah.
first time.
We-
And you, for a first-time prairie hunter,
Yeah, that was my third day shooting Sharpies.
no, not your first day shooting Sharpies, but first day getting a limit.
Third, yeah, and the
Yeah.
third day here.
Third day
hunting
here.
Sharpies.
Yeah, that's
So it was exciting.
I'm too lazy
And we should give our shout out to Eric right there.
to Eric. Yeah, thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
And Steve.
And
Yeah,
Steve.
and Steve. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
When Connor, I thought it was not funny, but like you got here and you're like, shit, I'm not getting any more birds here than I was in South Dakota. But you went into immediate scout mode.
Yeah.
Like, using Onyx and, finding what's not posted, what is, looking at the habitat. I'd say Matt scouts more now, but like in the beginning, it was more like we just kind of followed Trent around.
Right. Or I just go, that's open.
I like knowing the area. So
Right,
if that
like-
takes an
Like
afternoon.
you burned up a tank of gas in 2
Yeah, I
days.
drove from southeast of Minot all the way northwest of here, almost an
Damn
hour.
near to Canada.
Yeah, almost within 25 miles of Canada.
Yeah.
But I like to know the lay of the land.
Right.
And we were talking about that at lunch today. There's a certain amount of pride to when you're then able to find your own spot and
Yeah.
do well.
But also, I've done this to some degree or not my entire life.
Yeah.
When you're looking at it, it's like you got to learn the different type of overlays within the Onyx and stuff. There's a learning curve there that I take for granted that you picked up very quickly.
No, actually, the layers on my Onyx map, Ron turned
We're
us
all
off.
turned off.
Oh, okay, well,
But that's another. This is going to be like, Connie's head's not going to fit over through the door. But I'm telling you, I took a lot of people hunting, and I got my first hunting license in 1972. And to have someone come out, man or woman, doesn't matter. They will depend on you as long as you keep helping them. They're like, you're the leader. You've hunted with people like that. They don't make the plans,
Yep.
and they kind of go where you go. On day 3, you just took off.
Well,
You said, I want to go scout. I said, yeah, but we're waiting to see if... I'm going to go scout. And she just takes off.
I wasn't even sure what happened. We also started putting our vests on. Like, are we just going to go without Connie? And like, no, she's fine.
She's fine. I'm telling you, new hunters just don't normally do that. That's part of that same determination you have. Set.
I suppose.
It's not stubborn. It's like, you said it earlier. It's like if you put your mind to it, you're going to make it happen.
I try to. And I have trained, like I have been before in the confirmation world, and one of my things is always like, if somebody wants me to show them something, I'm happy to show it to them once. I show it to them twice. The third time, you better do it yourself. And vice versa, I take pride in like...
Picking up things quick.
Well, like, I don't want you to have to tell it to me like 5 times.
Right. What was that again?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm very impressed.
I may ask
Like-
questions to confirm I got it right.
you may have to remember to bring non-tox shells, things like that.
Well, and
Yeah.
I take pictures of the places I scouted, and I'll
Yeah.
verify if
Hey,
that's...
I've never asked this of a first-year hunter out here. Can you share some of your pins with me when you leave on Saturday? I didn't even get a yes out of that.
Of course.
No, it's just I just love these trips, and I love it. One of the things when I started this podcast 11 years ago, I was like, I would have loved to have stories of my dad's. Now, he was not a hunter or fisherman, but like he bowled and he did poker nights, but he was with his friends and the laughs that come out and everything. Connor, your dad's historically a long-time hunter.
Well, most
Wouldn't
of
it
the
be
time.
great to hear him and his buddies when they were your age?
There's, people talk about time machines. I'd love to go back in time to see 1988, 89 when I'm just a year
Little
old,
kid,
a little
yeah.
kid. And he's in Kimball, South Dakota with his buddies.
Right.
A bunch of rednecks all in a motorhome driving from Powhatan County, Virginia, all the way to Kimball.
Like a junky Winnebago?
Oh, I can remember it vaguely, but it looked like a tour bus when you're a kid. But I've since seen similar models. Like they had 5 or 6 guys in this thing going across country to go out and hunt. They had no idea
Sleeping,
what
snoring, farting.
no idea what they were doing.
No idea.
No, we'd
But
love to
could
see
you
it.
imagine a recorder going when they were?
Well, you probably could have published that.
No, but wouldn't it be just something to?
Yeah, for sure.
And
But they had a good time.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know they did.
that's why I like I rarely do a recap, so I'm not trying to and then on Tuesday we went. Oh, remember when your dog?
Yeah.
I just like getting the feelings like of what it feels like. Connie sounds like she's a return guest.
I very much enjoy this. Yes.
Problem is she's got connections here. She might kick me out of this place.
No.
I don't know. She's going hunting with the owner tomorrow. I haven't even got to go hunting with the owner.
You can come along. Come along tomorrow.
You can't invite me. Susan's got to invite
She
me.
said already, anybody's welcome.
Oh, good, because she's not going to walk that far, is she? She can outwalk me. Don't kiss yourself.
She is a little energizer bunny.
She is. She is.
Wind up toy.
She could put in a potato sack. She'd probably outwalk you.
Just for the record, Connor said that.
Okay, let's do everybody's dog's names real quick.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
everybody's dog's name? No, let's do
Hey, Connie, what is my younger dog's name?
Spur!
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
Came in at the buzzer.
And what's Matt's youngest dog's name?
Ghost.
Frost.
1 for 1.
Oh, damn it!
1 for 2, I'm sorry.
And yes, I've been calling Spur Spike.
And
But
Frost goes.
my nephew's nickname is Spike. So
It's just endearing.
Yes.
Just endearing. Well, anyway, we don't have to really kick it in the butt and talk about every bird we shot. It's been, in a year where we hear the reports, like I said in the beginning of the show, last year we were shooting a lot of adult birds. You wouldn't even call when 2 got up. Sure, it could have been a hen and a young, maybe But as much as we're not seeing the birds, just like oh look, there's a covey half a mile away, cruising to another field, and we're not seeing them on the roads. You guys and myself as well, I've been seeing solid coveys, which is a good sign. It really was a good hatch. It just can't be a good hatch everywhere.
Yeah.
And I told you guys, if we got no birds this year, I'm not saying you'd all come back or not come back. I come back just for the friends of it, just for the people I hang out with. And, a couple more years, I won't even get in the truck. I'll just be in the garage waiting for you guys to come back. And what'd you do with that? How'd you cut up that Sharptail tonight? Oh, the dinner we had tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Matt's wife made sweet potatoes that I've never had before with some kind of a upside down cheese.
Parmesan cheese.
Yeah.
But I never had it like that before. And you
Very
made
good.
Sharptail for the first time.
Yeah.
You do that with pheasant? What you did?
I grew up. My mom would make turkey breast, chunk it up that way.
Chunk it up like that? And just...
But I make pheasant masala that way. Yeah.
No, that's not marsala what we had though.
No, but it's the same thing. I chunk it up that way
Chunk it up
first
that
do,
way?
and then just make a sauce.
That was so That was so good. It was.
But it was a happy accident because normally I toss it in flour and we didn't have any in our sharp.
In your German improvisational determination personality, you crumbled up Ritz crackers.
The other carbohydrate we had was Ritz crackers.
Right. We would have had to dry out a loaf of bread and then make breadcrumbs, and we just didn't have enough time for
Well,
that.
the second choice was we still had from your chili some chips.
Oh, I guess we could have crumbled them up.
Yeah,
But you have to really pound them up. I got to tell one more Connie story.
Oh, no. Here it goes.
No, because this is now like, all right, you got here Saturday. Mm-hmm. Matt and I got here Friday. So you hunted Saturday? No, did you hunt Saturday?
Yep. No. We hunted Sunday.
Sunday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? Not because you're getting birds, but because you feel so comfortable doing this. Last 2 nights ago, you cleaned up a bunch of sharp-tailed grouse. Everybody cleaned them up, and you had them soaking in salt water like we always do. And you said you were going to make this tonight, and you called me kind of sheepishly when I was coming back from scouting, and you said, there's this one place I want to take like a quick walk. I said, well, how far are you? Oh, I'm like 14 miles away. And I said, she goes, I just want to look at this one spot. And I said,
It had so much.
you said, but I'm only 14 miles away. I said, but you haven't got out of the truck to hunt yet. And I already know you. You came back an hour and 45 minutes later. We almost starved to death. I was peckish, which is no word you
Your
learned.
answer was you were happy with Ritz crackers and cheese.
I would have been happy with it, but I was.
But then,
You're making that again next year.
okay.
Matt, you're not making pasties. I'm not making pasties. Connor, you're on dish duty.
I'll figure out dishes.
But
Can
I
we get
want
some
those.
chislic for next
I want
year?
those sweet
I'm
potatoes.
sure we can arrange something.
Okay.
That's why they're favorite. Not that tasted like chislic, but that was that. I could have just ate that tray of the sharp-tailed bites, just like chislic.
We can get some.
Oh, that's good shit.
But if I make the grouse, then Chris makes the sweet potatoes.
Well, yeah, the sweet
Okay.
potatoes. Yeah, you can't live
And then
on just
for-
meat, even though I try to sometimes.
And then for dessert, we'll have rice pudding.
No,
Yeah.
God, I'm not going to tell that story because it sounds like I'm being like my father. She ate 2 pints of rice pudding. See, everybody.